Denmark, a small country in northern Europe, boasts a history as rich and dramatic as any epic saga. From its ancient beginnings to its modern-day marvels, Denmark's story is one of resilience, adaptation, and innovation. Over centuries, this land of rolling hills, verdant forests, and sparkling coastlines has witnessed the rise and fall of empires, the clash of cultures, and the enduring spirit of its people. Denmark's journey through time is a captivating tale of Viking raids and peaceful settlements, of powerful kings and groundbreaking reforms. It's a story of artistic brilliance and scientific discoveries, of economic prosperity and social progress. Today, Denmark stands as a beacon of democracy, equality, and sustainability, inspiring the world with its progressive values and unwavering commitment to a better future. This essay delves into the captivating history of Denmark, tracing its evolution from ancient settlements to the vibrant nation it is today. We will journey through the Viking Age, witness the unification of the kingdom, and explore Denmark's role in the Renaissance and the Reformation. We will examine the challenges and triumphs that shaped modern Denmark, highlighting its economic success, social welfare model, and global leadership in sustainability. The Viking Age, spanning roughly from the 8th to the 11th centuries, left an undeniable mark on Denmark and the world. This era, characterized by the bold and often brutal expeditions of the Norsemen, saw the transformation of Scandinavian societies and their interactions with the wider world. The Vikings, known for their seafaring prowess, were not just marauders but also explorers, traders, and settlers who influenced the course of European history. Emerging from Scandinavia, Viking warriors, driven by a thirst for adventure and riches, embarked on daring raids across Europe. These raids were meticulously planned and executed with precision, often targeting monasteries and coastal settlements that were rich in resources but poorly defended. The element of surprise was their greatest weapon, allowing them to strike swiftly and retreat before any organized resistance could be mounted. Their iconic longships, swift and maneuverable, struck fear into the hearts of coastal communities, while their reputation as fierce warriors preceded them. These vessels, with their shallow drafts, could navigate both open seas and shallow rivers, enabling the Vikings to penetrate deep into the heart of Europe. The craftsmanship of these ships was unparalleled, combining speed, agility, and the capacity to carry large numbers of warriors and loot. Yet the Vikings were more than just raiders. They were also intrepid explorers who ventured into unknown territories, mapping new lands and establishing settlements far from their Scandinavian homelands. Their voyages took them to the shores of North America, centuries before Columbus, and deep into the rivers of Russia, where they established trade routes and influenced local cultures. They were skilled seafarers, navigating vast distances to establish trade routes that stretched from North America to the Caspian Sea. These routes facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas, and technologies, linking distant cultures in a network of commerce and communication. The Vikings traded in a variety of goods including furs, amber, slaves, and even walrus ivory, which were highly prized in the markets of Europe and the Middle East. These voyages brought back exotic goods, enriching Viking society and fostering cultural exchange. The influx of foreign items and ideas had a profound impact on Viking culture, leading to advancements in technology, art, and social organization. The Vikings were not isolated marauders, but active participants in the global economy of their time, adapting and innovating to meet the challenges of their environment. Moreover, the Vikings were adept farmers and craftsmen, establishing settlements and contributing to the growth of towns and cities across Europe. Their agricultural practices were advanced for their time, allowing them to sustain large populations and support their expansive endeavors. Viking craftsmen were skilled in metalwork, woodworking, and textiles, producing goods that were both functional and beautiful. In Denmark, the legacy of the Vikings is deeply woven into the fabric of the nation. The symbols, artifacts, and traditions of the Viking Age continue to influence Danish culture and identity. From the rune stones that dot the landscape to the modern celebrations of Viking heritage, the impact of this era is still felt today. Archaeological sites such as the Viking Ship Museum in Roskilde offer a glimpse into their advanced shipbuilding techniques and seafaring prowess. These museums and sites preserve the tangible remnants of the Viking Age, allowing us to understand and appreciate the ingenuity and skill of these ancient mariners. The preservation of these ships provides invaluable insights into the construction methods and materials used by the Vikings. Runestones, scattered across the Danish landscape, bear witness to their sagas and legends, preserving their stories for generations to come. These stones, inscribed with runic text, often commemorate significant events, individuals, and achievements, serving as both historical records and works of art. They provide a direct link to the past, offering a glimpse into the lives and beliefs of the Viking people. The Viking Age laid the foundation for Denmark's future as a seafaring nation, fostering a spirit of exploration and a tradition of maritime trade that would shape its destiny in the centuries to come. The legacy of the Vikings is evident in Denmark's continued prominence in global shipping and trade, as well as in the enduring cultural fascination with these legendary explorers and warriors. The spirit of the Vikings lives on in the Danish people, inspiring a sense of adventure and resilience that continues to define the nation. The medieval period witnessed the emergence of a unified Danish kingdom under powerful rulers who consolidated their power and expanded their influence. This era was marked by significant political, social, and cultural transformations that laid the foundation for modern Denmark. The consolidation of power was not an overnight process, but rather a gradual amalgamation of smaller territories and tribes under a central authority. This centralization was crucial for the stability and growth of the kingdom, allowing it to defend against external threats and manage internal affairs more effectively. King Harald Bluetooth, a legendary figure in Danish history, is credited with uniting Denmark under Christianity in the 10th century. His reign marked a significant turning point, as it not only unified the kingdom but also integrated it into the broader Christian world. Harold's conversion to Christianity was both a spiritual and political move, aimed at strengthening ties with other Christian nations and enhancing his own legitimacy as a ruler. The spread of Christianity brought about profound changes in Danish society, influencing everything from laws to daily life. He established a strong monarchy and laid the groundwork for Denmark's territorial expansion. Harold's efforts in fortifying the kingdom included the construction of significant defensive structures and the establishment of a centralized administration. These measures ensured that Denmark could project its power beyond its borders, engaging in both trade and conflict with neighboring regions. The Viking legacy, with its emphasis on exploration and conquest, continued to shape Danish ambitions during this period. In the 14th century, Denmark entered into a unique political union with its Scandinavian neighbours, Norway and Sweden. This union was not merely a political arrangement, but also a cultural and economic alliance that sought to unify the Scandinavian region under a single monarch. The Kalmar Union was a response to both internal and external pressures, including the need to counter the influence of powerful trading entities and to manage the complex dynamics of regional politics. Known as the Kalmar Union, this alliance, established in 1397, aimed to counter the growing influence of the Hanseatic League, a powerful trading alliance that dominated the Baltic Sea region. The Hanseatic League's control over trade routes posed a significant threat to the economic interests of the Scandinavian kingdoms. By uniting, Denmark, Norway and Sweden hoped to create a formidable bloc that could negotiate better terms and protect their commercial interests. The union also facilitated the exchange of ideas and culture, further binding the Scandinavian peoples together. Under the Kalmar Union, Denmark held a dominant position, with its monarchs ruling over a vast territory encompassing much of Scandinavia. The Danish crown's leadership was instrumental in maintaining the union's cohesion, although it was often challenged by the differing interests of the member states. The union's governance structure was complex, requiring careful negotiation and diplomacy to balance the power dynamics between Denmark, Norway and Sweden. Queen Margaret I, a shrewd and ambitious ruler, is often hailed as the architect of the union. Her vision and political acumen were crucial in bringing the three kingdoms together under a single crown. Margaret's ability to navigate the intricate web of medieval politics, coupled with her strategic marriages and alliances, ensured the initial success of the Kalmar Union. Her reign is remembered as a period of relative stability and prosperity, setting a precedent for future rulers. However, internal tensions and conflicts between the member states ultimately led to the Union's dissolution in the 16th century. The differing national interests and ambitions of Denmark, Norway and Sweden created friction that the Union's framework could not withstand. These internal conflicts were exacerbated by external pressures and the changing political landscape of Europe. The dissolution of the Kalmar Union marked the end of a significant chapter in Scandinavian history, but it also paved the way for the emergence of modern nation-states in the region. Despite its eventual collapse, the Kalmar Union left a lasting impact on Denmark. The Union's legacy can be seen in the continued cultural and historical ties between the Scandinavian countries. It also demonstrated the potential for regional cooperation and the benefits of a unified approach to common challenges. The experience of the Kalmar Union influenced subsequent efforts at political and economic integration in the region. It solidified the country's position as a major power in Northern Europe and fostered a sense of shared history and cultural connections with its Scandinavian neighbours. The Kalmar Union's influence extended beyond its political lifespan, shaping the identities and relationships of the Scandinavian nations for centuries to come. The period of the Union is remembered as a time of both great ambition and significant challenges, reflecting the complexities of medieval statecraft and the enduring quest for unity and stability in the region. The Renaissance, a period of great intellectual and artistic flourishing that swept across Europe in the 14th to 16th centuries, also reached Denmark's shores. This era marked a significant transformation in the cultural and intellectual landscape of the country. Danish artists, inspired by the Renaissance masters of Italy and the Netherlands, began to experiment with new techniques and perspectives, leading to a flourishing of local art that blended traditional Danish elements with Renaissance innovations. The spirit of inquiry and innovation that characterized the Renaissance found fertile ground in Denmark, leading to advancements in art, literature and science. Danish scholars eagerly absorbed the new ideas circulating through Europe, translating important works into Danish and contributing their own original research. This period saw the creation of significant literary works and scientific treatises that would influence generations to come. During this period, Denmark embraced the Protestant Reformation, a religious movement initiated by Martin Luther that challenged the authority of the Catholic Church. The Reformation was not just a religious upheaval, but also a social and political one, reshaping the very fabric of Danish society. It questioned long-held beliefs and practices, leading to a more personal and direct relationship with faith for many Danes. King Christian III adopted Lutheranism as the state religion, leading to significant changes in Danish society. His decision was influenced by both religious conviction and political strategy, as aligning with the Protestant cause helped consolidate his power and reduce the influence of the Catholic Church. This move also aligned Denmark more closely with other Protestant nations in Europe, fostering new alliances and trade relationships. Monasteries were dissolved, church property was confiscated, and religious life came under the control of the monarchy. This redistribution of wealth and land had far-reaching economic and social consequences, as it allowed the crown to strengthen its financial base and exert greater control over the nobility. The dissolution of monasteries also led to the repurposing of these buildings for educational and administrative uses, further integrating the Reformation's ideals into everyday life. The Reformation had a profound impact on Danish culture and identity. It not only altered religious practices, but also influenced art, music and literature. Danish artists began to produce works that reflected the new Protestant ethos, focusing on themes of individual faith and divine grace. Churches were redesigned to reflect the simpler, more austere aesthetic favored by Protestant reformers, and new hymns and religious texts were written in Danish, making them accessible to a broader audience. It led to the establishment of a national church, the translation of the Bible into Danish, and the spread of literacy among the population. The translation of the Bible was a monumental task that required the collaboration of scholars and theologians, and its completion marked a significant milestone in Danish literary history. This effort not only made religious texts accessible to the common people, but also helped standardized the Danish language, contributing to a sense of national unity and identity. The Reformation also paved the way for the development of a distinct Danish national identity, separate from the Catholic Church's influence. This new identity was built on the principles of Protestantism, which emphasized personal faith, education, and community involvement. The establishment of a national church helped to unify the country under a common religious framework, while also allowing for the expression of uniquely Danish cultural and artistic traditions. Moreover, the Renaissance and Reformation laid the foundation for Denmark's emergence as a center of learning and scholarship. The intellectual curiosity sparked by these movements led to the establishment of new schools and universities, where students could study a wide range of subjects from theology and philosophy to science and the arts. This period of academic growth attracted scholars from across Europe, who brought with them new ideas and perspectives that further enriched Danish intellectual life. The University of Copenhagen, founded in 1479, became a hub for intellectual discourse and attracted scholars from across Europe, further enriching Denmark's cultural and academic landscape. The university played a crucial role in the dissemination of Renaissance and Reformation ideas, serving as a meeting place for some of the brightest minds of the time. Its libraries and lecture halls were filled with the latest books and scientific instruments, making it a beacon of knowledge and innovation in Northern Europe.